Wagner left open with the three. And Tech's going to get it right back. Well, on Thursday, Carroll got by number 25, Montana Western, 73-64. They shot 52% from the field. Tech lost at home to number 15, Rockies, 71-48.
How good is Rocky women's basketball right now? How good is the Frontier in women's basketball?
Well, you got 4 teams nationally ranked, but India Fly for Rocky, that transfer student out of Butler. Boy, what a difference she has made in that program, and they are simply outstanding. One of the 2 conference losses this year for Carroll came against Rocky.
Yeah, Fly, we'll see her next Thursday up at Providence, but I believe. But Fry is averaging a double-double for Wes Keller's squad.
Garrett's is going to drive. Nobody's going to stop her. She comes in averaging 5, and the Saints have the lead. And here comes that full-court pressure. And Rooney's going to make the save down on the baseline.
And Danny Urich, you talked about her career at Belt. You know, that was the time. There's so much good basketball up there. Class C Belt, you know, Fairfield Malta, girls in Class B. Nice move there. Hagee's going to be a load.
Hagee worked hard to get that bucket and another lead change. We've had 1 tie. We've had 3 lead changes early on here in quarter number 1.
Well, Hagee, 53% field goal shooter. That's getting it done on the inside. And good defense knocking it away.
Hagee broke that one up. It was not a close game the last time these 2 teams played. January 6th in Helena, the Saints won by 32, 78-46. They've won the last 15, and Rooney in trouble, made a save. Molly Peoples on the drive, and that is going to be an offensive charge against Molly Peoples.
Yeah, good call on the baseline there by the official as Swanek had the position, and you know, Peoples has been such a battler ever since high school. You know, the knee issues she's had over the years, and just plus it's a great name. I mean, a great family here at Butte Central in the mining city.
2016 is when Butte Central went 24-0 with Molly Peoples. 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Down low off the glass and in
Another
by
great one.
Denny. And cuts the lead to 1.
Another Helena High girl on the floor, Michaela Cloker, and she walked with it. But the freshman, she was on those teams with him, Hilborn and Pickens. She was a youngster back then, of course.
We got a timeout. We got a 1-point game. Saints out on top by 1.
Butte Auto believes in giving to a brighter future.
The support that Montana Tech gets from Butte Auto providing scholarships for students is incredibly impactful, because what it does is it provides opportunities for students that they wouldn't have otherwise.
If it wasn't for local businesses like Butte Auto, I wouldn't have been able to go to college to achieve my dream of becoming a nurse.
For us to be able to have a partner like Butte Auto is phenomenal.
Grit's something that I learned early in my family. It was a great part of the Montana Tech experience.
Grit makes me think about how Butte came about. It was built on the hard work mentality.
It goes back to just being a Montanan. There's a rancher or a farmer in everybody's family.
Grit is just part of life there.
Rolling up your sleeves and doing the work necessary.
And that's where grit comes in. Understanding where you want to do and really following the passion that you have in life.
Grit grows at Montana Tech.
1-point game, both teams shooting well. Carroll 4 of 6 for the field. Montana Tech 3 of 4. And there's Carly Sannon. That's Rochelle Sayers. But Carly Sannon, Jason, I got to point this out. There's Carly. This is her 250th game as the head coach at Montana Tech.
Well, that's longevity. Is that a word you can use?
And for half of those games, Molly Peoples has been in uniform.
That is true, yeah. How nuts is that? I mean, you think about that. 124 games.
Hilborn will bring it up. All-American Wagner gets open, not going to take the shot.
I was surprised Wagner came back, but I'm glad she did. You know, she's like, I can play basketball one more year get another degree, and then start my life.
Blocked from behind by Swannick and did not get the foul. She's one of my all-time favorite players. I congratulated her on her 24-point career high on Thursday, and I said, well, since I'm here, you got to set another career high. How about 30? She said, not possible, Rocky.
Oh, it's possible, the way she can shoot.
And travel. We're going back the other way. Carroll out on top by 1. 4:11 left to be played. Here in quarter number 1, we're in Butte. Rocky Erickson alongside the one, the only, Jason Walker. Carroll in the purple.
Good
Tech in the
defense
white. Wagner, Hilborn. And Hilborn lost her dribble. Back to Wagner. Wagner with the 3. No. Neither team has made a 3. Denny with a big offensive rebound. And Denny will drive. Kicks it out. Hilborn with the 3. No. And almost another offensive rebound. Carroll College now 0 for 5 on threes. And on Thursday night, Swannick was 4 of 7 on threes.
Well, at any point, Hilborn, Denny, Wagner, Swannick, even Jaden Lyman can get going from the three-point line and really cause problems for teams. And Tech's letting them shoot the 3. Playing in that zone.
Exactly. Garrett's.
Dare them to beat them from the outside, but that happens too.
What a try! Camden Hilborn out of Helena High. And Carroll out on top by 3. And that full court pressure again by Swannick. Rooney down to the baseline, left open. Hilborn, they want to run again.
That was one thing talking to Rochelle Sayers yesterday in her office in Helena was, it used to be if they got into the 50s they were going to win, and now if they get into the 60s they don't feel comfortable. They want to score, they're more up-tempo, and when you have that guard-heavy lineup, it's an impressive run. Go up and down the floor.
Jamie Pickens is going to check back in. Lyman will come in for the first time in the game. Carroll College now 0 for 6 on threes in this one. They're 5-11 from the field. And Montana Tech has only had 6 field goal attempts here in the first quarter. Carroll's almost had twice that many, but they're crashing the offensive boards as well.
Well, Carroll forcing turnovers, and there's another one there. I think that's 4 of the last 5 possessions have been turnovers for Tech.
Men's game to follow. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to be played here in the first. Denny forces her way inside. Lyman left open, the 3 from the corner. No, and Denny fights for another offensive rebound to Lyman, and Lyman's going to step out of bounds. We're going back the other way, but the hustle and the effort on the part of Carroll College is impressive.
If you need a rebound, Christine Denny's going to get it done
Wow.
for you. There's no question about that. And she's been doing it her whole career.
But she's only 5'9".
But she plays. She's like Rooney. They're not real tall, but they're just strong, and they play strong.
Cleverly on the drive, looking down low, taken away, another turnover. Wagner will bring it up. 5 turnovers on Tech. Denny gets open, goes down, no foul. And we're quickly heading back the other way. Delaney on the baseline. A lot of action, not a lot of scoring. Minute 50 left here in the first. Contact with Lyman, no whistle. Falatoy is in for the first time. 3 on the way for Rice. No. Rebound Carroll. So to Rice out of Savage.
She's a pretty good high school career.
She had an amazing high school career.
Year at Minot State.
Inside to Denny. Give the assist to Jamie Pickens.
Wow. And that ball was actually almost tipped away. Pickens with a sly smile running down the floor, and then forces an awkward shot, but that's her second foul now, and that's one thing that Jamie Pickens has to dial in here in college is the fouls. See Addie Ekstrom for the first time, freshman out of Bozeman.
A minute 11 left, 5-point lead here in the first. And Jamie will sit with her second foul. Ellie Cleverly, 5'7" sophomore out of Butte at the free throw line, a 65% free throw shooter.
You know, Cleverly
that one
was
to go.
originally signed with Carroll to play basketball and soccer for Dave Thorvaldson in the soccer squad up there. And then after a year came back home to Butte. But
nice touch.
very athletic too. Soccer, basketball, just like Hillborn.
Lyman's going to push it up quickly. Denny. Ekstrom in the game. Down low, fall away jumper missed by Garrett's.
Guess
and
who
they're
with the
going to
rebound?
keep it alive, and Denny again on the offensive boards. Wow, how impressive is that? Under 50 seconds left to be played here in quarter number one. Garrett's gets it slapped out. Garrett's dies for the loose ball, knocked out of bounds. Great hustle on the part of Maddie.
Well, Falatoy knocked it away, and then Rice and Garrett's dive into the floor. Both of them good hustle, and it's Tech basketball with a couple of substitutions. Peoples back in.
3-point lead for Carroll College. They come in 17-4. Lyman with the foul, 5-2 in the conference. The Tech women on the year are 11-11, 2-5. In the conference, they're 7-4 at home. Soda Rice on a good bounce. Slapped out by Lyman. And Tech's going to keep it alive. Cummings in the game for the first time. Cummings, Falatoy, backs her way in. She has nowhere to go.
Oh.
Soda Rice with the layup. No. Garrett's on the rebound for Carroll.
She's not going to get many easier ones than that. But that was a great pass from Falatoy.
Got to use the glass. 8 seconds left here in the quarter. Garrett's reverse layup.
Traveled.
She travels, and, well, can Tech get a shot off with 1.6?
That's one thing about Falatoy, her couple years here so far at Montana Tech. She's been a great defender.
Soda Rice on the get bounce. They will not get a shot off. We've played one from Butte. Carroll out on top of Montana Tech, 12-9.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Well, they say you just know when you are meant for something. And I was meant for relleno. See, really. I mean, you try one of these and you're in heaven, right? Things aren't always so easy, especially lately. But this business, mi restaurante, it had to happen.
You were made for what you do, and we were made for that. First Interstate, built for you.
At Wayland Tire, it's service first, quality always. Performance, pride, and passion. Three things that define the rich legacy of BF Goodrich Tires and the lasting partnership that we've shared over the years. Like the ever-popular BF Goodrich KO2 tire and all the Advantage TA line of tires, stop in and talk to your local performance experts at Wayland Tire and get set up with the right type of tires from the company that invented performance, BF Goodrich.
Wayland Tire. We know tires. This is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Do the Dew.
Well, we are in Montana Tech. Two teams combined for just 21 points in that first quarter, and Soda Rice from Savage was going to get set on to get bounce. Jason, who spoke at the graduation ceremony in Savage when Soda Rice was a senior?
I'm going to guess probably the great Rocky Erickson.
It was an honor to speak at Soda's graduation.
How many graduations have you spoken at?
I do 2 or 3 a year. The problem is they're all on this same weekend practically. Taken away by Soda Rice.
A couple of turnovers traded there, so nothing really hurt.
Low scoring first quarter.
And we'll see how long Pickens stays on the bench for Carroll with those 2 fouls that she picked up in the first quarter. But Maddie Garrett's more than capable of filling in.
How about 7 turnovers against Tech in that first quarter?
Well, and Carroll's got 7 as well.
And Carroll out-rebounded Tech 9-3 in the first 10 minutes, and that is huge. Garrett's Lyman from the baseline. Rebound, Soda Rice.
Peoples
And
is down.
Peoples is hurt. Soda Rice in the state tournament is something I'll never forget. In 2019 at state, it's only the second time Savage Girls ever qualified for state. She had an unbelievably sprained ankle. Soda gets the rebound, and Molly gets hurt. She played on a bum ankle. She's one of the toughest young ladies I've ever seen in my life.
Well,
unbelievable.
Anytime you play through anything, it reminds me, former Carroll College great Bailey Pasta tore an ACL in the Frontier Conference tournament and then played the next week in the NAI tournament.
That's amazing. 2-on-1 break.
That was 2018, I believe. 17.
Hagee's going to throw it away. Can Lyman get to it first? She does just that.
And
one dribble off the glass and in. Count the basket and the foul and the athleticism and speed of Jaden Lyman. 5'3" senior out of Spokane.
You know, when she was recruited, Rochelle Sayer said she might be the fastest player I've ever seen on the floor.
Would that be awful trying to guard her?
Oh, no thank you.
Carroll back up by 5. Another rebound for Rooney.
It reminds me of Rebecca Alvidrez back when she was a Bobcat at Montana State in the early 2000s. How quick she was.
Great defensive pressure for Carroll.
Well, that's what they've been known for since Rochelle Sayers got the head job.
Rooney left open with the 3. No. Neither team has made a 3-point field goal here in the first half. New shot clock. Garrett's with the foul. If you don't think women's college basketball is physical, I mean, high school basketball in Montana, especially at the AA level, is extremely physical.
It is. And, you know, a lot of these girls played in the AA. A lot of these girls, though, played in, C and B and A, too. But it's physical across the board. I love what women's basketball in Montana has become over the last 2 decades.
4 of the 5 starters for Tech are from Montana. 14 of the 17 on their roster are in-state players. You got to love that. And nobody has more Montana talent on football rosters than the Orediggers. Seems like each and every year. Wagner, great crossover move by the All-American Danny Wagner.
Danny Wagner has just gotten so much better every single year. And you think, how much more can she give? And she surprises you at the next game.
Urich drives on Laban off the glass and in out of Bell, Montana. As a sophomore in 2016, she had 21 in the championship. The next year, 23. 3 on the way, no. How about 0 for 8 for Carroll? Check this out. This can only happen in Class C. In 2018, Belt girls went 24-1 and did not qualify for the state tournament.
Oh, man.
Rochelle Sayers, 218 wins, 106 losses. Her 11th season at Carroll College.
Speaking of a pretty good Class C basketball player.
Rooney on the drive, no, but Rooney's going to get 2 at the free throw line. 5'11" sophomore out of Townsend. And nobody was going to stop her on that drive. Tavia Rooney, averaging almost 12 points a game, a 74% free throw shooter.
Like I said, she played at Townsend. Came after Bailey Watson, who was a Townsend product and played at Carroll College. So Townsend's been kicked out some pretty good basketball talent the last few seasons, the last half decade.
Tech's made this a 3-point game. Swannick in trouble. Ekstrom to Swannick. I don't think Swannick's even taken a shot coming off her career high on Thursday. Shot clock down to 4. Denny forces her way in and
call with travel.
It's gonna another. How many times has Carroll been called with traveling in this game?
Yeah, they're up to 8 turnovers, both teams now. You know, you look at that zone that Tech has been in since the opening tip, Rocky, and that's really paid dividends so far, keeping them in this game because Carroll hasn't been able to make a 3. If Carroll can knock down 1 or 2, we'll see if that changes the defense a little bit for Montana Tech. But why change when it's working?
They're doing a great job. They're using a lot of that shot clock each and every time down the court. Cleverly is going to drive the baseline, lost the handle. Garrett's on the steal.
And she's in trouble. There you go.
Long lead to Swannick. 6.5 to be played here in the first half. 3-point lead for Carroll College. Garrett's at the line. Denny. Swannick. Great ball movement. Well, they played together forever. Swannick from 16 now. Rooney on the inbounds. Cleverly is going to bring it up quickly. Now, if Tech hits a 3 here, this game can be tied. Danny Urick. Rooney's going to drive on Denny. Lost her dribble. They force it down low. It's slapped out. 8 seconds on the shot clock. 5:53 left to be played here in the first half. Game number 250. Carly Santa at Montana Tech.
Not the greatest overall record. 101 and 148. 33 and 96 in the Frontier.
But she plays in the Frontier. I mean, that's coach in the Frontier.
Coaching, yes.
That's a little different. Put her in any other conference, and Tech has a winning record.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Hilborn with it up on top.
There was a point 2 years ago, Rocky, where 6 of the 7 Frontier Conference teams at the time, with LC State still in there's another turnover on Carroll, but 6 of the 7 teams were either ranked or receiving votes. 2 in the receiving votes category, 5 in the top 25. You got 4 in there now.
And that's going to be an offensive charge against Danny Urick.
That's the second charge that Swannick's taken today. She took one on Peoples earlier in the first quarter.
Let's watch that again on the Pepsi replay. And
I think the arm got extended a little bit offensively on Urick there. But both these teams playing unbelievable defense here. I mean, 29
points. Well, that's
points.
why it's so low scoring.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Forcing turnovers, forcing missed shots.
And Pickens has been on the bench a long time. Wagner.
There it
Finally,
is.
the first three-pointer for either team. That's 58 threes for Danny Wagner. She shoots 45% on threes. And when you shoot 45% on threes, you should be taking, I don't know, 10 to 15 a game?
Probably. You know, she's just so solid. High school, you think about the players that Fairfield or Malta or Belt has kicked out. How about Havre High?
Boy, what a rivalry that's been with Billings Central.
Oh, that state championship game, I got the chance to call it. And Havre and Tech, Havre and Billings Central. And I'll finish it.
6-point lead for Carroll College.
I got some new flies and a rod for my birthday, so we're gonna take the boat and float a different stretch of the river tomorrow. I checked, and there are no overhead power lines in that area, so I'll be able to cast for miles. But here, that's a different story. With Northwestern's power poles and lines just over there, we stay at least 10 feet away and only handle the outdoor chores on this side of the house. Which means I get to spend more time casting lines while the professionals work around them.
I think there's more than one thing that makes Montana Tech unique.
I think it's incredible. It's special.
I've always kind of thrived off the adventure side of things and the unknown. There's no place I'd rather be going to school.
Montana Tech has provided me more than I ever could have expected.
Montana Tech made me a trailblazer.
Montana Tech made me a healer.
Montana Tech is my solution.
Be the solution. Visit Montana Tech today.
Well, Montana Tech came into this game averaging 65 points a game. Carroll averaging 67. It's been a defensive battle, and Jason, I don't think they're going to reach their average this afternoon.
Well, it depends. These two have had a great rivalry. I know Carroll has owned the series as of late, but, I mean, there's nothing Tech gears itself up for more maybe than another travel on Cloaker. That's her third for the freshman. But I know Western and Tech is a huge rivalry, especially in football, but I think Carroll-Tech women's basketball rivalry, and more so from the Tech. Tech just wants to beat Carroll more than anything.
15 straight wins in this series for Carroll against the Tech women. Swanek open from three, not going to take the shot. Wagner to Hilborn. And Denny with a down low. They're passing up some good looks. Swanek goes off the glass, no. And Rooney with another rebound in this game.
She's so strong.
She has been simply outstanding, to say the least. She's got 5 rebounds here in the first half.
Genesis Wilkinson knocks it loose. You know, one thing, too, looking at Tech right now, they haven't really gone inside to Brooke Hagee a whole lot. She started off 2 for 3.
Exactly.
She's still 2 for 3.
Hagee's going to get a look here. Up strong. Boy, Jason Walker. I think they can hear you.
Is that my Tony Romo impersonation? I'm calling the play.
Cut that lead down to 4.
I mean, go to your bread and butter if it's been working.
And Wagner hits another 3. So I asked Jason to get a halftime guest, and he got a golf coach.
Well, why not? Think about golf in mid-January, right? Sean Ryan, Montana Tech golf coach, will join us. He's got an interesting story. You know, of course. He played almost every single golf course in Montana in a year. The longest drive is what it was called.
And another travel. Jesse Lazovich, one of the officials, a politician, and played in a golf tournament with him a year ago. He is an excellent golfer.
Is he?
Well, everybody's better than me, but I was impressed.
You know, you and I have yet to hit the links. I'll be down in Billings a couple times this summer.
We'll make it happen. Yes, we will.
Yes.
Well, Wagner's hit a couple of threes here in the first half. Saints up by 7, under 3 minutes left to be played here in the first half.
Tech stayed in that zone, too, which has allowed a lot of that on the interior.
Swanek got a nice look, did not get to finish. Cleverly is going to move it up quickly. It's hard to believe that the first time these two teams played, it was a 32-point win for Carroll College. Rooney from the baseline.
That's such a beautiful shot, too. And she's silky smooth. She reminds me a little bit of former Texter, former Oredigger Mesa Williams from White Sulphur Springs. Just graduated a year ago, but she was a great scorer here, too.
Two teams had just 21 combined points in the first half as Carroll led 12-9. Swanek, Denny, 4 on the shot clock. Somebody's got to shoot. Wagner slapped out, taken away. Carroll did not get a shot off on that possession. They hit a 3 here. It's a 2-point game. Cleverly, down low, Hagee. Rooney, fall away, jumper, no.
Even though she missed, it was a good look. And she felt comfortable taking it.
91 seconds left to be played here in the first half. Hilborn back out to Denny. Tech women have not made a 3-pointer in this game.
22 combined turnovers.
That's, also it's great defense.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not poor offense. There's been a couple of bad decisions, but it is both defenses forcing these turnovers.
Tech has only put up 2 threes in the game. And Carroll College 2 of 10 on threes here in the first half. Down low, Denny, no. Garrett's is fouled by Hagee, and Garrett's to the free throw line here, and this is going to be just the second and third free throw attempts of the game for Carroll College. They're working hard down low, and up and over the back goes Hagee with the foul. Garrett's a 72% free throw shooter, 6'2" sophomore out of Boise. So many of these Carroll girls do not take a dribble at the free throw line.
You know, and that it started, former men's coach Carson Cunningham had his guys do it at Carroll, and the women started picking it up, and so did other players across the Frontier Conference. But you don't dribble, it's all just one motion. You keep a foot on the free throw line, your other foot behind you, not parallel, and it's worked.
Carroll College women shooting 73% on the season from the free throw line. 6-point game here in Butte. Cummings lost it. Jaden Lineman, coast to coast. Nobody's going to catch Miss Lineman, and she scores again, and the Saints are back up by 8. The speedy 5'3" guard, she is a blur down the court. 42 seconds left to be played here in the first half, and the Saints have now opened up an 8-point lead. Big possession here for Tech. 3 on the way, not going to drop by Urich. Shot clock is off. 8-point lead Saints. They'll set for the final shot of the half.
Well, look for Wagner to come around a screen if possible, trying to get her loose on the baseline. Denny's out.
6 seconds left. Denny's going to drive off the glass. What a block by Hagee. That was impressive. It's halftime here in Butte. Carroll College, the 6th-ranked team in the nation, out on top of Montana Tech, 25-17. Big time block by Hagee. Very impressive.
What I would say to someone considering Montana Tech is that you're going to love this place. It's just an atmosphere you want to be a part of.
Butte has the most supportive community I've ever seen.
When I went to Montana Tech, it was really when I figured out who I was as a person.
I was the first to graduate in my family. I would have never dreamed I'd have the opportunities that I've had in my life.
My dreams are definitely coming true. This is everything I wanted in a school.
Be the solution. Visit Montana Tech today.
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. Meet new friends or reconnect with some old ones and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Step into the new with a new Chevy. Very well qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy vehicles, or current competitive owners get $2,000 total value on this Silverado. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
While students around the world found their education on pause due to the pandemic, Carroll College's holistic nursing program allowed me, safely, to start a play, serve as a student senator, work on my right hook, ski with my friends, and in the midst of the pandemic, prepare to join the front lines. Through a world-class simulation lab and a program renowned for excellence, Carroll College kept my education on track and in person. Carroll College, not for school, but for life.
Halftime in Butte at the Hyper Complex. It is 25-17. Carroll College ranks 6th in the NAI, leading Montana Tech. Jason Walker, joined now by Montana Tech golf coach Sean Ryan. And I was talking about this. You did something a few years ago. Has it been 3 or 4 years now? The longest drive.
Yeah, going on 4 years now since I decided to try and play every golf course in the state of Montana. And boy, I look at my life now and I go, there's no way I could ever even attempt that now.
Right.
But yeah, I ended up playing 115 different golf courses over 87 days and 8,500 miles in my car. And I saw a lot of places in Montana that not a lot of people are lucky enough to get to see.
Do you still have that same car?
No,
Okay.
I traded it in. After you sleep in it 3 or 4 times, it just loses its luster. So I traded it in, drive a little bigger vehicle, wouldn't get the gas mileage I got the first time around.
Sean Ryan, our guest here, we were talking all the banners that hang here at the Hyper Complex. You guys are going to hang one for golf from 2 seasons ago next Saturday.
Yeah, our Montana Tech men's golf team was able to win the conference regular season title last year. And then, of course, with no fans, we didn't want to put up a banner without the all the great energy that you have in this building right now. So very excited. We're going to do that next Saturday against MSU Northern, and hang some golf history here in the Hyper.
Well, you've done a great job. You've got some great kids too, and you talk about Sean Benson over the years, but you've got some good ones out of Helena. You've got good ones from really all across the state of Montana, on both the men and the women.
Part of the benefit of being around the state and in every corner and every golf course is I feel like we've got a pretty good recruiting model built on recruiting Montana talent. All 17 of our players on our roster this year are from the state of Montana. All 20 next year will be from the state of Montana. And it's just been an emphasis for myself and for our program is if you want to win the Frontier Conference, a Montana-only conference, go get the best in Montana. Give them a great education, a great opportunity to play golf at the collegiate level, and it's proven successful. Always looking after the best and brightest for every golfer and every student in the state.
All right, so what's the minimum handicap to play for Sean Ryan?
Boy, a couple years ago when we first started that model, it was a little bit higher, and now, I'm proud to say that our boys, I don't think we've got anybody that's above our 1 or 2. And on the ladies' side, we're going to have probably 7 of our 10 girls next year that can break 80.
Wow.
So, and very consistently. Probably a couple of them that are looking to break under par. So they're finishing well. They're playing well at the state amateurs. They're doing all the things that you need to do to be a successful college golfer.
I know most of the Frontier Golf is in the fall. You've got the conference championships coming up here in a couple of months down in Boise, moving it from Arizona to Boise. But how's the Frontier look as a whole in golf?
Look pretty solid. There's a lot of competition, especially Carroll's women's program winning the conference last year. I think you're seeing that the whole conference is becoming more competitive with one another. And then on the men's side, it's a matter of stringing good rounds together to win that individual championship or that team championship, because you can fall 3 or 4 strokes behind after one round and you can't make that ground up because teams will shoot 6 or 7 under par combined.
Yeah, no, it's been absolutely amazing to watch the growth. And it's, Montana's not the easiest. It's like baseball. You get a certain few months to play baseball. You only get a certain few months to play golf here in the state of Montana. And the fact that they compete at the national level, too. It doesn't matter if it's Tech, Carroll, Rocky, whatever.
Yeah, that's something we're pretty proud of. I think we have the lowest scoring average for the highest elevation, I'm pretty sure, in the country. 5707 up here, and we get snow. I mean, we get snow 12 months a year, but it takes a different kind of athlete and different kind of student to come here to Montana Tech and be successful. And you're not going to have great weather every day, but you got to overcome that.
Also, real quick, tell me about what else is going on at Montana Tech, because you're big inside the facilities here.
Yeah, been a really productive year, with Coach Sampson, all that he's done with our football program, Coach Solomon and his team being nationally ranked in the NAIA National Tournament for volleyball. I think the energy around campus is fantastic, and that's not just athletics, but that's also, the new Lazar Nursing Simulation Center. There's a $7 million donation. There's some great growth on campus, and really exciting to see where the next 10 years go for this institution.
Yeah, no question about it. I'm going to let you run, but appreciate the time, my man. Let's get out golfing again. We had fun last year the one time.
Yes, we did.
Although we both got beat by the Verge brothers at Gallatin, who are going to Florida. You couldn't keep those guys in state?
I wasn't playing against them. I was playing against you. But
well, you beat me. That's all that mattered.
Yeah.
But, man, how good were Justice and Jordan?
Yeah,
Verge.
they can play. And that's, kind of goes along with what I was saying. The best in the state of Montana can compete with anybody. And it takes a great student and a great golfer to do that. And you see kids going everywhere around the United States now.
It's pretty cool. Sean Ryan, he coaches the Tech golf teams here. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Halftime continues. Carroll leads by 8 here in Butte.
Since before the birth of America, the Army National Guard has stood ready to answer the call to defend and protect the nation. Army National Guard soldiers share in an enduring commitment to serve their state in times of crisis and defend their nation in times of conflict. The men and women of the Army National Guard serve part-time in their own communities and have a stake in its continued security. To learn all about the benefits of becoming a soldier in the Army National Guard, visit nationalguard.com.
At Rocky Mountain Credit Union, we call this community home, just like you.
That's why we take a locally focused approach for our members.
Your financial success is our primary goal.
Whether you're refinancing your home,
buying a car,
starting a business,
or just need help with your checking or savings account,
we'll give you the financial tools you need to grow.
At Rocky Mountain Credit Union, we're here for all life's events, big and small.
Stop by your local branch or visit rmcu.net to learn more. I'm excited to be a part of the Butte Auto Group that's providing these scholarships to the local Butte students to take advantage of Montana Tech, one of the greatest schools in the nation. Being from Butte, born and raised, and being a first-generation college student, this really means a lot to me. I know the struggle of paying these loans back. It was not easy. And being a part of somebody that's giving that opportunity to a local Butte student to really follow their dreams and go to college when they may not have had that opportunity just means so much to me.
Halftime here at the Hyper Complex on the campus of Montana Tech. Rocky Erickson alongside Jason Walker at the break. Carroll out on top of Tech, 25-17. It has been a defensive, low-scoring battle, and we've had a ton of turnovers. 10 on Carroll, 13 on Tech. And let's go to our Pepsi replay, our Mountain Dew do-over, and Swannick with the great block. And how about that fantastic assist by Pickens on the inside? Wagner, the only player on either team to hit a 3 in the first half. She's knocked down 2. There's some future Tech players warming up at halftime on the court. And Rooney needs to do more of that for Montana Tech. And the speedy Jaden Lineman, coast to coast. And Miss Lineman did that more than once here in the first half.
I think it was the end of the half. A great block there by Hagee and avoiding the foul and heading into the locker room down 8 instead of double figures, which I think is a big deal. You know, if you keep it in the single digits, you know, it gives your team belief still and a chance that, hey, we just have to have a solid first 4 minutes of the third quarter and see what comes out of this. But, you know, you mentioned the defense and the turnovers, 23 combined turnovers, but the defense for both teams has really been the story of this game. You know, the missed shots, well, that's because the defense has been good.
Exactly.
The turnovers, again, the defense.
It's kind of surprising that Montana Tech they've only put up 3 threes in a game, but they only average putting up 14 threes a game.
That's not their
shooting
game.
37%, and both teams around 40%. Rebounding, the big key. How about 5 offensive rebounds for Carroll, just 1 for Montana Tech in that first half, and Carroll getting a second and third opportunity down the court. So the key of the game, you're exactly right, Jason, it has been defense. I mean, it has been a defensive game, and when you hold Montana Tech to just 17 points in that first half, I mean, that is simply unbelievable. And the last time these two teams played, it was 78-46 back on January 6th in Helena. Carroll won big. Danny Wagner with 23 points in that game. Jamie Pickens was 17, and boy, we have not seen much of Jamie Pickens this afternoon. She picked up her second foul, and she was out. But Coach Sayers, I mean, the post players. Yep. Jamie goes out, Garrett's comes in. They're both great.
They are both great, and Jamie picked up that second foul with 1:11 in the first quarter, and she sat out all of that second quarter. She's got to be key on the floor. She's got to be on the floor for Carroll.
And we'd like to thank our Game of the Week sponsors, the Montana Chevy dealers. Also brought to you by First Interstate Bank, our halftime sponsor. Montana Tobacco, quit line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Pepsi, Wayland Tire, and Opportunity Bank. Rocky Erickson with Jason Walker in Butte. And Frontier Conference basketball, you got to love it. 4 teams nationally ranked this week. Carroll's ranked 6th, Rocky 15, Providence ranked 22nd, Montana Western ranked 25th. There's Jamie Pickens with 2 fouls in that first half. 3 times Billings hosted the NAIA National Tournament. Jason Walker was not only the play-by-play guy, but the PA announcer. And they had all-time record crowds, and boy, I missed that in Billings.
I do too, and you know, give all that credit to late Bruce Parker. We lost Bruce last summer, but on July 2nd, but he was instrumental, along with Alex Tyson from Visit Billings, to get the NAIA tournament to Billings, to have it at the Metro, hosted by Rocky. You know, it was a little selfish it got Rocky into the tournament, but they've gotten better every year because of that for Wes Keller. Now you can see the They're they lead the Frontier right now at 6-1, but that was a fun tournament, and we not only missed that tournament in Billings, but we missed Bruce immensely.
I'd like to thank our Frontier Conference sponsors. Corporate sponsors include Cooper Tire, Tire-Rama, D.A. Davidson's, Hotels, McDonald's, Northwestern Energy, Pepsi, and U.S. Bank. Bruce Parker was inducted into more Hall of Fames than any other living human being.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, it was
7.
awesome. I spoke at the MSU Billings Hall of Fame that he was inducted to. This is a true story, and I'm on my way to Butte today, and my driver, Steve Herbert, said, you're in the paper today. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? He said, well, you're the MC of the Miles Community College Hall of Fame banquet, February 19th. And I looked at him and I said, really? what day of the week is that, and what game did I just miss out on that I'm going to be in trouble for?
Oh man, that's funny. I was down in Billings. I did Rocky Mountain College and an MSUB doubleheader here on SWX back in December. It was Bruce's birthday, or what would have been Bruce's birthday, and Mick Durham and Bill Drykosen before the men's game honored Lisa Parker with a game ball. Bruce's career started at MSUB, formerly Eastern Montana. It ended, his career ended when he retired at Rocky, came full circle, but pretty emotional moment. And like I said, we miss Bruce immensely.
How about Carroll College knocking off MSU Billings this year, Division II MSU Billings 70-53. They lost to the Montana State women 69-60, lost to Idaho State 69-66, and
I think that was in overtime.
If Carroll was in the Big Sky, they would do just fine this year.
They really, well, this year for sure. They almost beat the Lady Grizz in Missoula last year. They lost by 5, or 2 years ago, I'm sorry. Lost by 5 in overtime. Rochelle Sayers knows how to coach for Carroll, and that's what I love about the Frontier. You got Chris Mowat, you got Lindsey Woolley, the only one to win a national championship. He's down at Western. Wes Keller, of course, Bill Himmelberg up at Providence. This Frontier, both the men and the women coaches, the best in the nation. They could coach at anywhere in this country.
That's when I ask Rochelle Sayers all the time, what makes the Frontier Conference so good? And the first thing she says is the coaches and the longevity of these coaches. It's very, very impressive. Then she talks about the talent and then the Montana talent, and that's the part that I like the best. Well, how's Tech going to generate some offense here in the second half and avoid being beaten for the 16th time in a row by Carroll College in this series? What a way up by Hilborn. She's going down, and she gets the foul as well, and she comes up with a big smile on her face.
Yeah, she's always smiling out there, even going back to high school. But what a great move. I'm not sure I like the new uniform or the officials' jerseys and shirts. Those aren't great, but great move by Hilborn, and she's been doing that since she was a freshman at Helena High.
The lead, 11, the biggest lead for Carroll College in this game.
Well, this is a big critical couple of minutes here for Montana Tech. My old broadcasting partner, the Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte, always said the first 4 minutes and the last 4 minutes of each half are the most important.
Well, that's where they started earlier. Hagee down low, and she has been a force in this game. The Orediggers have not had a lot of success with the long ball, but they have that success when Hagee gets it inside the paint.
Well, she's 4 of 5, and the only shot she missed was contested.
Wagner, another three, her third three of the game, and that is her 60th on the season. And the Saints up by a dozen. Under 9 minutes left to be played here in quarter number 3 from Butte.
I would have liked to have seen Rooney take it to the hole there instead of backing it up. I know Pickens is out there, but Rooney's so quick. There's that great move she has, a nice shot, and just missed that one in and out.
Molly Peoples is back in after turning her ankle in that first half, playing in her 124th game here at Montana Tech. Wagner. Pickens from 15, yes. What a force. When you're 6'2", you can score inside, you can score outside. She's dropped some threes this year. And 33-19, Carroll up big now by 14.
Man, how good did Eric Peterson have it at Helena High for a few years there with Hilborn, Pickens, Vanessa Walsh. Had some good ones. Nice move by Rooney. See, she's so athletic. Got around Christine Denny, who's one of the best defenders in the league.
Rooney's been amazing this year. Leads her team in almost every offensive category.
And Tech staying with that zone. You know, if Carroll can knock down a few more threes, it'd be interesting to see if they change out of it.
Rooney almost had the steal there. Shot clock down to 7. Denny with the 3. And guess who got the rebound? Rooney. It's amazing, you know, at 5'11", how many rebounds she gets. Leads her team in that category. Peoples with the 3, and that is simply huge. Her 34th 3 on the season for Butte's Molly Peoples.
Well, and that's one thing she's always done in her career. She can be counted on to shoot threes and knock them down here at Montana Tech.
And that 14-point lead is now 9. Tech's not going away. Hilborn with the dribble drive. Contact, no whistle.
Good defense by Urich.
And Tech with another opportunity here. Looking inside to Hagee. Hagee gets it off the glass and in. It's a 7-point game.
See, and here's one thing you notice too is Maddie Garrett's is going to come in for Jamie Pickens. Pickens fronting and getting beat, trying not to pick up that 3rd foul, and now we've got an offensive foul at the other end. But that's been key the last couple of possessions, aside from the People's 3. But that's 7 straight points, 4 of them inside to Hagee, because Pickens not wanting to pick up that 3rd foul.
What a run this has been for Montana Tech. And both benches on their feet cheering on their team. Hilborn with a good D on Cleverly. Urich back in, the superstar from Belt. Urich with the 3. Oh my! They don't hit a 3 in the first half. They go back to back here. And that is 10 straight points for Montana Tech.
A whistle. Foul on Urich, I believe.
In 32 seconds of game time here, Jason, it went from a 14-point game to a 4-point game.
Well, basketball's a game of runs, right? I mean, you just have to say it over and over because that's exactly it. Now it's Carroll's turn to answer if you're a Saints fan.
Big possession. Wagner.
Rooney.
Oh, Rooney with a defensive play of the game. They call a foul?
No, it went out of bounds.
Wow.
That was an impressive block. Check this out. Wagner quick, and Rooney quicker up.
That was.
Great smile, too, at the end of that.
Swanee getting set out to get a bounce. Resetting the shot clock. 5:51 left to be played. Here in the third from a 14-point lead to a 4-point game. And Carroll throws it away and they get a bounce.
Just not good
execution.
Boy,
the momentum that Tech has right now. Can they pull off the huge upset? Just 2-5 in the Frontier. Carroll, the 6th-ranked team in the nation. And they are 17-4 on the year.
In Rochelle Sayers' time at Carroll, the team traditionally has struggled a little bit in January and February before they get their feet back under them. And there's Rooney again. That's a 12-0 run now. And Rooney, a big part of that, both on both sides of the floor. Started with Hagee, a couple of threes. Rooney's knocked down some shots.
Carroll. Wagner will drive. Wagner draws the foul. What an amazing comeback. Montana Tech's trying to win for the first time after 15 straight losses. The last time they won in the series, February 28, 2017, 78-64. It was 78-46 January 6th in Helena. Carroll women won by 32, and it's a 2-point game here.
Well, with Pickens on the bench, nobody outside of Wagner's hit an outside shot. Great drive by Hilborn. Tipped out by Garrett's. Nice save by Maddie Garrett's there. Gives a new life to the Saints. They got to find some offense from somebody other than Danny Wagner right now.
Garrett's Hilborn with the three. That was huge. Just her 14th three in the game, just the fourth three of this game for Carroll. And the Saints go up by 4 with 4:40 left to be played in quarter number 3.
Did they only count that as a 2?
I think you're right. We got a 4-point game here in Butte.
At Opportunity Bank, this is our 100th year of serving Montana. To celebrate, we're going to tell 100 stories, share 100 lessons, and give 100 gifts. We're calling it the Big 100. It's a celebration of this community, the good people who live here, and the businesses we've helped build. Visit us at opportunity100.com to join the celebration. Here's to the next 100 years.
Out here, we love our animals, from the wildlife to the livestock. Inside, it's the same. They're just like family. We keep them happy and healthy, most of the time. Secondhand smoke puts pets at risk for cancer, feline lymphoma, vomiting, increases the risk of tumors and lung cancer, even causes eye and skin disease. Secondhand smoke puts your pet's life at risk.
Big 3-point bucket there by Danny Urich out of Belt. She shoots 41% on threes, and we got a game here. It was 25-17 at halftime. Carroll out on top by 8, and Tech has scored 14 points. In the first half of the third quarter, they had 17 points at halftime. It's been an impressive run.
And that last basket by Hilborn, the long two, ended a 12-0 run by Tech.
Follow toy. Rooney gets fouled, and she's going to go to that free throw line. The momentum has shifted, and the crowd into this game now for the Tech women. Rooney, the free throw line, is 74% free throw shooter, the 5'11 sophomore out of Townsend. Her team down by 4. They've only won 2 conference games out of the 7 they've played, and one of those victories came by forfeit against Montana Western. Free throw was missed by Rooney. They're 11-11 on the season. Rooney gets that one to go. The lead cut to 3.
She's, 3 for 4 from the free throw line today.
Swannick gets open. And Swannick did not get the bounce. Pickens fights for the rebound. Pickens goes up strong. No.
Looks like she's short on that one a little bit.
They hit a 3. This game is tied at 35, and we haven't been tied since we were at 2. Under 4 to be played. Here in the third. Folatoy working hard, not gonna get it. Gonna get called with the travel. Boy, what a game, Jason.
It's been fantastic. It definitely has. Well, you've got a guard-heavy lineup out there right now. Well, Carroll normally guard-heavy, usually 4 of them, including Denny at the 4, but Pickens out there. Jamie Pickens is gonna have to start asserting herself offensively.
Wagner throws it up off the glass and in. The All-American, Danny Wagner, puts her team up by 5, and Danny Wagner leads everybody. She's got 15 points in the game, the only player for Carroll to be in double digits.
5 of 7 from the field, 3 threes. 10 on the shot clock. Carroll in his zone.
Boy, you got to
too.
shoot.
Oh.
And a foul as she forced that one up.
Yeah, Cloaker got bailed out there. Swannick got her feet tied up and had no choice but to call the foul, but that is Michaela Cloaker.
Cloaker has not scored of the game. And on the season, she is 1 of 3. from the free throw line, and Cloaker goes hard to the hole and gets fouled.
Dad, pretty good football coach, longtime assistant at Helena High.
4-point game, under 3 to be played here in the third quarter. Rocky Erickson alongside Jason Walker from the Hyper Complex here in Butte. Jamie Pickens. Is that a walk or a foul?
It's a foul on Falatoy.
Boy, it looked like she traveled. We have seen more traveling calls in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable.
Well, more in this game than you see in the NBA all year.
They don't call traveling.
That's what I'm saying.
Swanek gets open, no, but Swanek is going to draw the foul, and Sienna's going to come to the free throw line.
You know, the nice thing about when you watch Sienna Swanek, and she's really good at it, she missed a 15-footer a little bit earlier this quarter, but her hang time is unbelievable. She was a great high school high jumper.
Swanek, an 86% free throw shooter.
That has improved. Her freshman year, she hovered under 50% and sometimes near 40%.
And Swanek gets that one to go.
So that really
as well.
You work on free throws, kids.
Carroll back up by 6. It was 33-31 after a 12-0 run by Tech. Falatoy gets it in, pops it back out to Cleverly in 3 seconds. Is called.
There was about 6 possessions ago. It was on the three-pointer by Urich, and Rochelle Sayers wanted that very same official to look for the 3-second violation. I was watching her all up and down the sideline. You get it called. Sometimes you just got to remind officials about certain calls.
Wagner lost her dribble. Swanek. There's Denny. Denny spins in the key. Wagner, she's hit 3 threes in this one. They set a pick for her. You've seen that before.
All game long. And for 5 years we've seen it at Carroll. She's so good at that move, and she knows the English coming off the backboard. Lots of time practicing with brothers Gary and Billy.
They force it inside. It's slapped out. And Monte Tech will keep. Danny Wagner leads her team with 15. Rooney and Hagee lead Tech. They each have 11 points in the game. And Soda Rice is in.
She had a nice little run of play in that second quarter.
Hagee turns, fires, no. Hagee the rebound off the glass and the tip from Soda Rice.
I just mentioned how good she played in that second quarter. Kept that possession alive, tipped it right to her teammate for an easy deuce.
The lead is 6 for Carroll. Wagner had an opening, then kicked it back. And Hilborn layup, no, and down hard goes Pickens.
They're going to get Rice. Push in the back. You know, speaking of officials, we have some great ones in high school and the Frontier and the Big Sky in the state of Montana. We need more officials across the state and really across the country. But there is no such call as over the back or a reach-it. Did you know that? Those are not actual rules. So like this is not over the back. It's a push in the back. True story.
I'm going to go with over the back.
Doesn't exist, right? Doesn't exist.
You know how you solve the official shortage we have in the high school game? You go back to 2 officials instead of 3 like we had years ago.
Well, that's not bad. Or get a bunch of the parents out of the stands. There's Peoples open. That's probably going in.
Open, no. Boy, that would have been huge. That would have made it a 4-point game. Under a minute to go here in the third. Denny going to be doubled up on down low. Denny's going to force it. Yes! Christine Denny.
How about the step through the double team? You talk about athleticism. There you go.
That was impressive. The lead to 9 for the Carroll women under 40 seconds left to go. This is quarter number 3 from Butte. The men's game to follow. Soda Rice. Great pass down low. Yes, Hagee again.
So Hagee 7 of 9 from the floor. Wagner 6 of 8. those two pacing their teams. It reminds me of the state championship last year. Yelena Miller and Maya Hansen.
Pickens, Denny. Denny is hammered, and Christine Denny to the free throw line, a 74% free throw shooter on the season. And boy, she worked hard. Gets fouled by Hagee. Just 12 seconds left to go here in the third. The lead is 7 for Carroll College.
You talk about Danny Wagner and the tradition of, great basketball from Havre. Kendall Keller and over with the Lady Grizz now. Sadie Filius, that's pretty good.
Big offensive rebound, Jamie Pickens. 6 seconds to go in the quarter.
Either drive it or find a shooter.
Denny dumps it out. Lyman with the 3 at the buzzer. No, we played 3 in Butte. Carroll College out on top by 8, 35-37.
I got home from work early, walked in the front door, and immediately felt like I got smacked in the face with a rotten egg. I've smelled a natural gas leak before, so I went right back outside and called Northwestern Energy. They came over immediately. Turns out one of the burners on the stove wasn't turned off all the way, and fumes were filling the room. It's a good thing they add that rotten egg smell to natural gas. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known. It's a full-time job keeping these two safe, but with Northwestern Energy's help, it's a little easier.
I'd like to thank our network affiliates for the day's game. SWX in Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, and Yakima. Tech, Molly Peoples with the 3, yes! You got a 5-point game. In that third quarter, Tech scored 20 in the first half. They had 17. And both teams had 20 points in the third. What a game here at Tech. Garrett's in for Jamie Pickens. Wagner with the 3. Oh my! Wagner's got 18. She's 4 of 6 in this game on threes.
So smooth.
20's her season high this year, and she's going to have that. Peoples, another 3. Oh my! Molly Peoples. We've seen so few threes, and now we've had 3 in a row. Butte's Molly Peoples back-to-back threes in a 5-point game here in the fourth. Garrett's Lyman of the drive, no. And Lyman is fouled. When you're 5'3", and you go down low like that.
Hey, she is not afraid to take it amongst the trees. You talk about one of the sweetest girls, but strongest on the basketball floor, right there, Jaden Lyman.
Jaden Lyman, a 75% free throw shooter, and Jaden gets the first one to go. She's got 5 points in this game. Wagner with 18, Denny with 9. And Lyman gets them both, and boy, free throws are big in a tight game like this. 8.5 left to go. Carroll's trying to win for the 16th straight time over Tech. Taken away. And on to steal. Madison. And she'll slow it up.
Yeah, Emma Madsen went down to California, came back home. She's a Great Falls High product. I believe she played for Jerry Schmitz up at GFH.
Swanik, the drive, throws it up. No.
Yeah, just a little short. Good look. You can see Carroll really good at three-point shooting, but they also like to drive, especially the left side. They're not afraid to take it to their opposite hand. Of course, Wagner being a lefty always goes that way. There's a whole lot of contact.
Major contact.
They called Jaden Lyman for the foul.
Jaden Lyman knocked over Falatoy.
I told you she was strong.
We got to see that again.
I told you she was strong, Rocky.
On that blinds, they both go down. Yeah, wow. Rochelle Sayers takes out Swanik. Falatoy.
Good defense by Lyman, denying her opponent being able to get the ball. That's Allie Cleverly. Oh, Falatoy open.
Wide open. Give the assist to Rooney. 7.5 to go. Tech, one of their better games all year. Well, when you face Carroll, everybody gets up for that game. No question about that.
Well, you're taking on the 6th-ranked team in the country. You know Carroll's lost a couple out of the last 4.
Garrett's. Well, why not? Wide open. No. Rooney, this is a big possession here. 7 minutes, 7 seconds left to be played here in the women's game. It was a 32-point win for Carroll in Helena back on January 6th.
Well, one thing about these two is, you know, in the entire Frontier, they've tried that again. Oh, Madsen, Emma, huge block.
Wide open. Falatoy with an easy layup. Watch this defense. Madsen with
Great
the block
help.
And no foul.
But they play each other 3 times a year, regular season, and then you face each other in a conference tournament. You know, you're facing each other 21 times, and a great shot clock violation defense-wise for Carroll College. But when you play each other over and over and over, you just get to know the players. You get to know the plays. And neither one of these coaches, you know, they're both great. They know what they're doing. They can make adjustments on the fly. And that's really a matter of, you know, what it's going to come down to.
Lyman to Garrett's. Low-scoring game.
Well, that's also the Frontier Conference.
Wagner on the drive, crossover. The man in the stripes said she walked.
I think she got a little too much of happy feet there, but.
Season low for Carroll, that 62-59 loss against Providence. 50-45 here. Carroll comes into this game averaging 67. Players go down. Lyman on the ground again. Jump ball is called, and the possession arrow to Carroll College.
Well, that's good defense by Lyman.
She's hustling.
You know, she's not only the quickest on the floor, the quick feet, but also quick hands.
5-point game with 6-12.
Addie Ekstrom in for the first time, the freshman out of Bozeman. Didn't get to play her senior year, tore ACL, but great to see her back on the floor. She had a nice little career down there and for the Hawks.
Lineman, Ekstrom. And Garrett's will drive, and Garrett's is fouled. That's 2 on Tech, 1 on Carroll here in the 4th. 5:57 left to be played. And Coach Carley, her 250th game as the head coach at Montana Tech.
Freshman out of Glacier, Abby Rodemacher picking up that one. Haven't seen Hagee a lot, you know, here so far in the 4th. You'd want her on the floor, I would think, for that offensive explosion that she can deliver. 7 of 9.
Wagner with the 3, a rare missed 3. Offensive rebound.
Emma Madsen.
Boy, she's getting not a lot of minutes, but She's done a lot in the limited time she's been in.
She's done that her whole career in college. Just that. This is a great move by Lyman, but that dirty player should get the dirty points for you, the dirty rebounds. And that's a compliment.
Lyman with 8 points in the game, came into the contest averaging just 3, and the Saints are back up by 7. Every possession big. Rooney open, not going to take the shot. Peoples has knocked down a couple of threes here. Rooney on a baseline drive. 7 on the shot clock. What a block by Swanee.
Look at Lyman diving
for it, makes the catch,
and then throws it away.
And they throw it away. Oh my.
Rochelle Sayers wants a shot clock violation. She might actually have a point because unless they ruled that Lyman had possession there. That ball was on the floor.
Jane Lyman has spent more time on the floor than she has on her feet in this one.
So unless they rule that Lyman had possession before she threw it out of bounds, that's a shot clock violation. The shot clock should not have reset.
Well, they're meeting about it right now, and look at the shot clock.
They're going to go, I think, they're going to get a timeout here.
4 minutes and 56 seconds left to be played in this game, and look at that hustle. Madsen and Lyman, 52-45. Carroll out on top by 7 here in Butte.
Well, they say you just know when you are meant for something. And I was meant for rellenos. See, really. I mean, you try one of these and you're in heaven, right? Things aren't always so easy, especially lately. But this business, mi restaurante, it had to happen.
You were made for what you do, and we were made for that. First Interstate, built for you.
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. Meet new friends or reconnect with some old ones and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Step into the new with a new Chevy. Very well qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy vehicles, or current competitive owners get $2,000 total value on this Silverado. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
Well, Jason spoke with one of the officials, Jesse Lazovich.
So that's exactly what we were saying, is they determined that possession had changed when Jaden Lyman had the ball on the floor before she threw it out of bounds. So therefore, no shot clock violation and a fresh 30 for Montana Tech.
Molly Peoples, 3 on the way, just short. And the shortest player on the court, Jaden Lyman, with the rebound, jump ball, arrow, will stay to Tech. Boy, how do you keep Jaden Lyman off the court?
I don't know.
Unbelievable.
You'll find nobody with a bigger heart than Jaden Lyman out there. Look at the height she got there.
Wow.
I didn't see a possession tie up, but
Peoples working hard.
Oh, good defense, Madsen. Guess who's on the floor again? Madsen and Lyman.
Wow.
And Allie Cleverly, she's on the floor a bunch too.
Carroll's going to get it back. They lead here by 7. What a run the Saints have had. 25 wins in 2018, followed by 26-21. They were 23-3 a year ago. Wagner. Another 3 on the way. Oh, my.
That's a big one.
Wagner, 21 points in the game. She's 5 of 8 on threes. She leads everybody. And the lead is now 10 for Carroll. And Tech needs to answer here. Rooney will drive, forces her way in the inside, and gets the foul, and that was huge.
Well, we talk about strength, and she just showed it there. A straight, great drive, and then draws the contact from Madsen. And she'll have a chance to cut it to 7. And Madsen getting a breather now.
4 minutes, 4 seconds left to be played in this game. And Rooney gets the three-point play. Oh, one way to come back late in the game is to score when the clock is stopped. That means you got to make your free throws.
Both teams, it's going to be critical. Neither one in the bonus, though. We've got a lot of fouls to give, 2 each.
It was a 32-point win for Carroll on January 6th at home against Tech, and a tight game here.
Well, adjustments made. Tech playing at home is a big part of that, too, now today. They get great support. And Danny
Wagner again, a season high, 23 points for Danny Wagner.
And just going right-handed that time, saying, hey, I can do it with both.
Coast to coast, Cleverly not going to get the finish, but she does draw the foul.
Well, she took it right in Lyman, and Lyman was not backing down at all. You look at that, check that replay, get the hand checked, but yeah, that was pretty good defense too.
Cleverly a 65% free throw shooter. That's big, 3:22.
Was she
left to go?
Bulldog or a Maroon? Just says Butte.
I have Butte High.
I believe you're right, Butte High.
You know, of all the arenas that I've announced games in, the Butte Civic Center is one of my all-time favorites.
Hands down. I mean, my first state tournament I got to call back in 1998. In fact, I think I carried games for Billings West for you there back in the day. But, yeah, I agree. Civic Center is amazing.
I love the history. Swannick. Back in the game is Jamie Pickens.
Great for basketball, concerts, rodeo for a long time, Northern Rodeo Association finals.
Swannick can't get the layup, free ball. Pickens fights for it, and Jamie Pickens makes the save. And head coach Sayers is going to call a timeout. 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go. Carroll out on top by 7.
Out here, we love our animals. From the wildlife to the livestock. Inside, it's the same. They're just like family. We keep them happy and healthy, most of the time. Secondhand smoke puts pets at risk for cancer, feline lymphoma, vomiting, increases the risk of tumors and lung cancer, even causes eye and skin disease. Secondhand smoke puts your pet's life at risk.
Grit's something that I learned early in my family. It was a great part of the Montana Tech experience.
Grit makes me think about how Butte came about. It was built on the hard work mentality.
It goes back to just being a Montanan. There's a rancher or a farmer in everybody's family.
Grit is just part of life there.
Rolling up your sleeves and doing the work necessary.
And that's where grit comes in. Understanding where you want to do and really following the passion that you have in life.
Grit grows at Montana Tech.
This uniform symbolizes living up to a higher standard. To the Army National Guard soldier, earning it represents a commitment to a nearly 4th-century tradition of vigilance. To don this uniform in the Army National Guard is to be a guardian of freedom and the American way of life. Join us in a timeless tradition of selfless service at NationalGuard.com.
My niece just texted me and they want to FaceTime me, but it's really not a good time, Jason.
It's not right now.
Wagner with the drive. Oh, what a game!
Well, here's what you do.
Wagner, 25.
If you're a coach, you put the ball in the hands of your best player and your most prolific scorer to stem a tide. Well, there you go. Give it to Danny Wagner each and every time.
What a game for Danny Wagner. 25 of her team's 59, and Wagner with the block. It's called with the foul, and was she in the act of shooting a 3? Is that going to be 3 shots?
Yep.
I believe it is. And Cloaker to the free throw line. 2:21 left to go in this one.
It's a big free throw moment right here for the freshman from Helena High.
Montana Tech, one of the few teams not nationally ranked in the Frontier.
Yeah, you've got 4 of the 6. How about that? Northern and Tech, the only ones not ranked. 2 out of 3 for the freshmen. Big free throws. And how about that? You got Jamie Pickens. She used to do this in high school. Let Pickens bring the ball up the floor.
6'2", you don't see that every day. Hillborn. Denny. Denny looking down low. Denny. Wagner. Denny.
Oh, Pickens
Wide
open underneath.
Open is Pickens.
Look at that. That's
wow.
a great find by Denny. And Pickens, how did you let her get open if you're Folatoy?
And now Coach Carley wants to take a timeout. Late in this one, 1:47 left to be played. Carroll College out on top, 61-52. Our score. I'd like to thank our Game of the Week sponsors, the Montana Chevy dealers. Also brought to you by First Interstate Bank. Montana Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Pepsi, Wayland Tire, and Opportunity Bank. Rocky Erickson with Jason Walker, and what a great women's college basketball game here, 61-52.
I know Tech lost by 32 a couple weeks ago up in Helena, but like I said, this is a different team, and Tech's had 2 weeks to adjust, or 3 weeks to prepare for this one and adjust, and they've got their fans behind them, and they're making shots and playing really good defense. And look at that.
Great. Urick out of belt for the baseline, and Tech's not going away. It's a 7-point game with 94 seconds left to be played here.
Well, Jeff Graham liking that shot there.
Swannick, no.
She held off Cleverly. Cleverly was kind of holding on. Swannick got open and missed the shot. Good defense by Allie Cleverly.
Molly Peoples, she's 3 of 5 on threes.
Well, if you're Wagner, guard her.
And Wagner's doing just that. Rooney. Peoples gets open for 3, short, air ball, and there's Jamie Pickens on the rebound. And now under a minute left to be played in this game, and what a nice game it's been here in Butte. And now we're going to go to a free throw contest. Wagner is fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. She shoots 82%, and a remarkable game for Danny Wagner. 10 of 13 for the field, 5 of 8 on threes. It'll be her first trip to the free throw line, and a season high 25 points, not shooting, 25 points out of her team, 61 for the All-American Danny Wagner. Peoples with the foul, and that's only going to be number 4. They got to foul one more time, and wow. This Carroll team, they're fun to watch.
They definitely are, and they always have been. And Peoples with her 4th, but she gave it everything she could out there. But when you've got so many great guards, plus Jamie Pickens, you're a tough team to play.
Swannick will now go to the free throw line. That is the 5th foul. Rochelle Sayers, 219 wins now, 106 losses, and the last 5 years, 113 and 33. They have been spectacular, one of the very best teams in the nation. 7 on this roster from Montana. Swannick gets that one to go. Swannick just 3 points in the game, coming off a career high. She had 24 points on Thursday in that 73-64 win for Carroll over the 25th ranked team in the nation, Montana Western. Swannick gets them both. Timeout is called. The lead is 9 with 39 seconds left to go in this one, and the men's game will follow, and that was a 2-point game as Carroll won back on January 6th. And we'd like to welcome our network affiliates for the day's game. SWX in Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, and Yakima, Washington. We're happy to have you enjoying this game with us, and I'm happy to be here with my friend Jason Walker from Butte, America.
What does Wagner have, 25?
25.
She's 3 away from a career high.
A quiet 25.
Yeah. But she's been able to do it from inside and out. And
but her drives have been spectacular.
Yeah, on both sides of the lane. But yeah, her career high 28 came February 21st against Montana Tech, 2019. She's always been pretty good. But give credit to Montana Tech, regardless of the outcome. You know, it's a 9-point game right now, but they trailed by 14 early in that third quarter, and their defense got them back in. Of course, a couple of big threes in there, one by Peoples, one by Urich, but they went inside to Hagee a couple of times, and they went on that 12-0 run to pull to within 2 points, and then Carroll withstood that run and has just been keeping distance at this since then.
Hagee
how about
drops
that?
a three, and for Hagee, that is her first three-point field goal all year. That's just her second attempt. Now, she was the last one you would think would put up a three.
She's 50%.
Exactly.
That's not bad.
It's a 6-point game. 27 seconds left to be played. How about that,
Hagee?
Hagee?
Going to come back down to the defense again.
On our Pepsi replay.
You know, and that's one thing, you know, you call them the bigs down low, but they can step out and shoot. You know, not everybody is immune like Shaquille O'Neal was from outside 3 feet, but the bigs can step out and hit too, and I like to see it.
And big offensive rebound, Jamie Pickens.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's had a couple of those on missed free throws here lately.
And Wagner's going to have a shot at that career high. 28's her career high.
That's what I've got.
She's got 25 points in this game, and this is going to be her first trip to the free throw line for Danny Wagner. Well, she had a 28-point game earlier this year, 28-26, 23-20.
Against Lindsey Wilson. She had 28 back in November.
Second shot, wow. Danny missed them both, and timeout taken by Montana Tech. Carly Sannon, her 8th season, her 250th game. It's a 7-point game with 20 seconds left to go in this one. It's far from over. Jason Walker.
Well, yeah, especially if you have Molly Peoples on the floor, because she can hit from anywhere. But then you've got, you know, Brooke Hagee stepping out and knocking down big threes. But you also look at somebody like more realistically a Danny Urich to get open, a Tavia Rooney maybe to get open to try a three.
You know, I talked to her dad at halftime, and you were interviewing the golf coach, and it was one of their first trips back to Butte, and she hits her first three with her family here. You got to love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And who's going to put up the three here in a 7-point game? There's Peoples.
Crookston,
got to set a
Minnesota.
pick for her. Peoples going to force it up on the layup. No, Denny on the rebound. 12 seconds to go.
Let him have that too, for sure. Denny can just dribble out the clock now, and Carroll's going to escape this one. But, you know, you can't. You got to win. You got to win who's on your schedule. You got to beat whoever it is.
And Carroll College wins it. They improved 18-4, 64-57. Our final score from Butte.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
At Wayland Tire, it's service first, quality always. So stop in today and let us find the right set of Michelin tires for you. If you value longevity, check out